Lynnwood, I'll begin with you. Your thoughts on what we're seeing with Roku?
I think Roku is going to be a long-term win. I think Roku was smart by the way they built their advertising platform. One of the things that people underestimate about Roku is that Roku's ad tech is extremely well, is built extremely well. And I think the key for me was when Apple announced that they were going to use Roku as a platform as well.
Right.
So I thought those are a couple ways to give you some insight into where Roku is going. And I know multiple streaming platforms that use Roku as the reason they launched with Roku is because it's a monetization is already built in.
Brandon, what do you think? Is Roku a winner?
Well, Nicole, not to make this a boring segment, but I agree completely with Lynnwood. It's strategic partnerships. It's potential market penetration has made it probably the go-to device in this sector and absolutely one to watch out for in terms of growth.
Right. And, you know, what's interesting is I was going through some of the numbers and everything and listening to Anthony Wood, the CEO, who talked about machine learning and algorithms and really knowing their customers and putting promotional items on the Roku for folks, ones that you want. You don't even feel like it's an advertisement, Lynnwood. What do you think of that? I mean, it's a way for them to keep their customers engaged and now moving forward to the future and keeping it there.
I think they were super smart on building the technology part of the business. I think they focused on that, whereas other people say they're going to give it attention. And I've seen multiple enhancements to their platform, from how easy it is to launch a channel, to how easy it is to integrate advertising, and how easy it is to do connected, targeted advertising on there so that they can know exactly who that customer is and give that relevant advertising to that customer. So I think they're far ahead of a lot of their competitors, and I think that's what makes them long-term a win.
Right. And Brandon, you know, as I was looking at all the numbers and everything that goes on with Roku, 4.6 million users. So they added. And so that's up 36% year over year. And over at Needham, they put an underperform on Netflix. They think that Roku is better positioned. What are you hearing?
Well, listen, Netflix still has the edge internationally where it's got years-long unmatched investments. But in the short term, yes, especially with this increased field of competition, you're absolutely seeing people who are far less bullish on Netflix, and rightfully so. Its domestic growth has plateaued. Amazon probably has a larger footprint globally. So there are some very interesting nuances to the advantages and disadvantages at the moment.
I wanted to bring it out a little further, gentlemen. This was according to a survey that they did, 62% of USA homes had more than one paid video service. Only 10% had 4 or more. So it shows that people are willing to cancel and change, but that they want streaming services. So Lynnwood, what do you think of that? I mean, who stands to benefit in the world of wars? You can see Apple TV, Disney, Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO Now, Hulu. You have Peacock. You have so much more coming on as well. Well,
I look at those two things differently when it comes to Roku and Netflix. Roku is a platform in which other channels like this can be launched upon. Netflix is an entity all into itself. If you ask most people that have multiple platforms, Netflix is a must-have as part of that package for now. I think Netflix is smart. They're spending 85% of their money that they're spending now is on originals and movies. And 90% of the people that watch there regularly are watching Netflix originals. So Netflix is its own platform. It's being with HBO. That was their goal, and that's what they've accomplished. I think when you come to Roku, they're the platform to launch new streaming channels, and they built their tech stack so that companies could launch their own channels. So two different business models accomplishing the same thing. And Roku's went after that actual set-top box.
Brandon, what do you like?
Well, Nicole, as usual, you're asking the right questions. Most investor studies will show that the majority of streaming consumers will pay for more than one service. People 18 to 34 are willing to pay to between 3 and 5. And what you're going to see is probably the major names such as Netflix, Disney Plus, maybe HBO Max pull ahead in the long-term streaming wars race.